Hi, my name is Donnell Green. I'm a mortgage loan officer, and welcome to Let's Talk Finance, where I'm giving you the keys to financial freedom. Today, I want to kick things off with a quick video clip from 2020 presidential candidate Andrew Yang from an interview that he did on The Breakfast Club.
Trucks in 5 to 10 years. 30% of malls are going to close in the next 4 years thanks to Amazon. 2.5 million call center workers in the U.S. are going to get replaced by AI. There was a study in The Guardian that said the median African-American household net worth is going to be zero by 2053, like in 34 years. You guys see that study?
No.
Well, yeah, you should look it up. And so why are they forecasting that African-American net worth is going to go to zero? It's because of this economic tidal wave that is coming. This economic tidal wave is going to wipe out many working class jobs. And it's going to be the equivalent of a natural disaster. And we know what happens in a natural disaster. Who suffers? Poor people who don't have the resources, people of color, and the same thing's going to happen in this. So that's why I'm running for president, is I can see the tidal wave coming very, very clearly.
So two really important things I want to touch on that video clip. One being the transition into the fourth industrial revolution, which has to do a lot with technology. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but you know, many of us that are paying attention to things, we're seeing less and less jobs out in public. We're seeing in the grocery stores less and less cashiers, more pushing towards the self-checkout. We're seeing the push towards more AI, things like that. And it will continue. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe 20 years from now or less, my job is gone. And they replace that with AI. I just saw a article and a few stories not too long ago about they created a robot AI technology lawyer to do a debate. And it was another type of position where you technically should be using a human for it that they are now trying to replace with AI. We got self-driving cars going on, and all the things that you can think of are going to be replaced. So these things will take some time, but it's really important to be aware of what's coming because many of our jobs won't be there, and that is important for us to make a shift. Yeah, so while we have the opportunity, we really need to make sure we take advantage of what's there. We need to take advantage of the different programs that's available to us, the different opportunities as far as the assets we're able to own, the different businesses that we can actually get into, all these different things. So it's really important to make sure that you prepare your family, to make sure you're able to build generational wealth. That's really important to me, to make sure that not only myself, I'm building generational wealth, but also I'm helping others do the same thing. So the second part of his interview that I wanted to bring up was what he said about black households' net worth by the year 2053, which is projected to be at $0 net worth. $0 net worth doesn't sound too great, but he is pushing something where I know that they're going to be going towards the universal basic income, which is not necessarily as good as it sounds. But you know, I'll talk about that on another topic or another channel for those people that are interested in hearing about that. But it's really important to hear as far as me being from the black community, and one of my big goals and my purpose is to help others. I help everyone no matter what their background is ethnically. I'm a mutt myself. I do come from all different backgrounds, but I'm on the outside, what I represent myself is a black American. So with that being said, it's really important to me that I help not only black Americans, but minorities to make sure they're able to build wealth as the opportunity is there. Like I said, that opportunity won't be here for much longer, especially for minorities. As you heard in the video, when it comes to this economic tidal wave that is coming, the economic tidal wave is going to mostly impact people that are poor and people that are of color and different minority groups. So it's important to make sure that you prepare yourself by getting ahead of the game. And that's why I want to talk to you about an opportunity that many people are missing out on, and that is home ownership. Home ownership is actually going to be able to help you out with building wealth, be able to have net worth that isn't there for people that don't own property. So another important source I wanted to bring up to show you when it comes to this video is this article that was published back in August 24th of 2021 by CNBC. The title of this article says, "Here's the average net worth of homeowners and renters." It says that the average net worth of homeowners compared to renters is vastly different. Homeownership has long been touted as the ultimate American dream. there are lots of reasons why people may not want to own a home, but there's no denying that being a homeowner can have a big impact on your net worth in a good way. The survey of consumer finances released in September 2020 by the Federal Reserve found the median U.S. household net worth is $121,700. However, the difference between the net worth of homeowners versus renters is staggering. In 2019, homeowners in the U.S. had a median net worth of $255,000, while renters had a net worth of just $6,300. That's a difference of 40 times difference between the two groups. So that's a major point that I wanted to touch on this article here, is that it's a difference of 40%, or 40 times difference, 40 times higher net worth for home ownership versus renters. $255,000 in net worth for a homeowner compared to a renter, which is only $6,300. Now, for those of you that don't know how a net worth is calculated, that's not just saying like, oh, because you own a home, it's $255,000. A net worth is going to be taking all of your assets and subtracting all of your debt, and what's left over, the simple math, is your net worth. So all of your assets that you have. So so that's pretty much how you calculate net worth. And pretty much what this is saying here is that renters pretty much have no net worth for the most part. Not every renter that applies to. There's plenty of renters that have money but they choose to rent. But the majority of renters aren't really doing what's going to be able to help their family in the long run. Now, the good news is people usually can change their lifestyle. So some people that are renters now might not be a renter in 5 years. But my point is, if you are a renter that's been wasting your time, wasting your money on someone else's mortgage or paying rent, you just need to stop. You need to think about what you're doing if you have the opportunity, because most people that are renters actually don't really think that they can purchase a home, but they really can. So another article I want to use that's going to piggyback off the CNBC article was one I found on rubyhomes.com. This one was published in September 24th, 2022. So much more recent, only a few months back. But this is using the same data being pulled from the Federal Reserve. Same data, but it's just different year that they're going off of, but numbers really haven't changed. So a few things I wanted to just go over that I found in the article, which I wanted to talk about. So it does also mention the same thing about the difference in net worth. So it says U.S. homeowner net worth is a difference of 40 times higher than renters, but they are given a number of $225,000 versus $6,300 is what they say in the article. But it's actually $255,000 is actually the difference between homeowners versus a renter at $6,300. It says here that 75% of U.S. homeowners are white. That is a significant difference between the other racial or ethnic groups, especially since the country, as they list here, the country is actually 63% white. So even though the 63% of the country is white, actually 75% are homeowners. So they represent not only the majority of the country as far as population goes, but even higher majority when it comes to home ownership. It says the typical U.S. homeowner is 56 years old, married, well-educated, is likely to earn income above the national average, has an excellent credit score, and has a net worth of $255,000. A typical U.S. renter is 39 years old, single, at least some college education, is likely to earn an income below the national average, has a fair credit score rating, and has a net worth of $6,300. So now to add on to the statistics when it comes to the racial divide between the homeowners, 75% of homeowners are white. So that's the majority. Then it's a significant drop from the second most home ownership group, which is Hispanics, which is the second largest with only 10%. So you go from 75% of white homeowners down to the second most of 10%. Then blacks are third with 8.2%. That's it, 8.2. And then Asians, it says Asian people do not demonstrate statistically significant preferences towards renting or owning, according to the article. They said they represent 4.7% of homeowners. Then another point I wanted to bring up was it says the average credit scores of renters and the overall U.S. adult population are 638 and 714 respectively, according to Experian. So the average U.S. population, this is overall average between renters and the homeowners, is 714 versus renters at 638. So a couple things. One, so when it comes to the credit score, it says 638 is the average for renters. So with that being said, 638, you can buy a home. Just making that known, putting that out there. 638, you can buy a home. 638, there's opportunities for down payment assistance programs. So there's opportunity for renters to purchase a home, but what usually ends up being the things that hurt them or people that no matter what are that trying to purchase a home are usually going to be the debt to income ratio. That's going to prevent them from being able to purchase a home. If they have a significant amount of debt or don't make enough income, they might not be able to purchase the home at the purchase price that they want. So that is usually one of the factors that hurt them, that prevent them from buying. Another one could be the length of employment. That's another thing that I usually come across. Maybe someone's been out of work for a significant amount of time, or maybe they just went from being a W-2 employee to being self-employed in a completely different line of work. So some of these things are things that will prevent someone from being a homeowner. But if you are someone that has 2 years of employment history, self-employment, or W-2 employment, you have other sources of income you can use also. You can use alimony, child support, retirement, Social Security, disability benefits, all different types of income that are available for you to use to qualify. But either way, when it comes to employment, 2 years is the main factor that we need to look at. So there are opportunities for many of you to purchase a home if your debt to income allows it, and also if you have enough time at your employer, you can actually purchase a home. So many people just don't really think they can purchase one. It's really good just to know what your purchase power may be. Sometimes you might be surprised. To be honest with you, that was what happened with me. Honestly, when I bought my home back in 2021, I didn't even think, because I got a significant amount of student loan debt. So I did not think I was going to be able to purchase a home, but I was pre-approved for $400,000, and I was like, whoa, $400,000. Like, I didn't even think I was going to be able to get $50,000 to be approved for. I was making good money, but I was like, I had a lot of monthly expenses, so I was surprised to find that out. But I took that step. I said, hey, if it's in God's hands, if things work out for me, I'm blessed either way to have a roof over my head. So if things don't work out, I'm still just going to be a renter. If things work, it was meant to be. And now I'm a homeowner about a year and a half plus later, and I'm blessed. So definitely is important. If you don't know where you stand, what you qualify for, reach out to someone like myself, preferably myself if you're in one of the states I'm licensed in, which is Maryland, Michigan, Colorado, or Texas. I can definitely help you take a look at your purchase power and also let you know what you might need to work on. I do help people if I see anything on their credit that I can get some advice on, which is a simple type of advice on things that you can do to help your credit. I will do that for you. It's no extra charge to talk to me or anything. It's 100% free. So there's really no reason you shouldn't be having a conversation with myself or someone like myself, but preferably me, because hey, nobody's gonna treat you better than me. I guarantee that. So the other thing I want to go back to is, the whole reason why I kind of got on this was my topic for today, is my community, I'm going to always be in my community as being a Black American. To hear that our net worth will be $0 by 2053 has a major impact on the way I feel and what I want to make sure I provide to my community, which is these videos and me being a resource for you. So that's something that we can change. We have plenty of time to change. That's 30 years from now. 30 years is more than enough time. If you think about it, when many of our ancestors were released from servitude in this country, we were able to build prosperous communities from the time we were released in 1867 to by the time it was in the late 1800s. We had prosperous communities. Many of those communities were then burnt down, of course, many of you know, but we were able to do that, and we were able to have our own dollar that we circulated throughout our community, and we were very prosperous for people that came from nothing, literally. So I do have faith that if we take advantage of the opportunities that are there while they're there, before our jobs are going to be eliminated through technology, through AI and robots and different things that are going to be coming in the very near future, which are actually being rolled out now. We can make the change to this projection of our net worth. So hope everyone was able to get something great out of this video today. I look forward to providing more information and hoping that I can change people's lives and build generational wealth. So just keep in mind, there's some really great benefits of becoming a homeowner. The opportunity to have equity and value in your home that's available to help change so many different things in your life and your family's lives. You can actually take the equity out your home to buy another home, and that's creating another asset for you. That's going to further increase that opportunity for your net wealth to be well above $6,300. So just keep that in mind. That's one of the benefits of being a homeowner. You also have a sense of community. My community, they know me around here. They know I'm pretty much the only person that's outside picking up trash out of the street, things like that. I do want to make sure that we keep our property values up. Certain things that are in my community that do need to be worked on, that's going to take more than just myself. But I do have a sense of community of being here. People appreciate each other. We look out for each other. You're able to personalize your home. As a renter, you're not able to do but so much, and you have to get permission. But as a homeowner, you can do what you want. The only time that you're really going to have a problem with, you doing certain things with the landscaping, or making your home the way that you want, is if you're maybe in like a homeowners association. That's really where it comes down to some issues that you might have. Anybody that is familiar with an HOA knows how that can be a headache. And then another benefit of being a homeowner is those tax benefits. Now, this doesn't apply to 100% of everyone, but for the average person, you do receive tax benefits from the interest payments you're making on your primary residence. When you're doing that on your first mortgage, you usually can deduct those from your taxes when you're making those payments. Also, when you have a home loan, a purchase loan, or a refinance, and you are paying interest, prepaid interest, which most people might know as buying a rate now or points. That's prepaid interest, and those are also can be tax deductible if you're eligible, but you do want to make sure you refer back to a tax advisor or a CPA to make sure this applies in your situation. So that's what I have for you today. I really want to make sure that everyone knows the benefit of being a homeowner, that the significant difference between being a homeowner versus a renter, 40 times difference. So if you have the ability as a renter right now to become a homeowner, please do yourself a favor and take the steps that you need. Work on credit, work on being stable in your employment, maybe work on getting another job to maybe supplement the fact that you might not have the best debt to income situation. So maybe that other job can help you pay off debt, or it can just help you provide more income on the applications for your home approval. So you do usually need 2 years of working 2 jobs to be able to use that second source of income. But yeah, you do what you have to do to make sure you become a homeowner. And then the other point of it is, for me and my community, the Black community, for us to have projected to have zero wealth by the year 2053, that's not doable for me. So I hope this information was beneficial for you today. If so, please do me and yourself a favor by making sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Let's Talk Finance 410, and also follow me on Instagram, Darnell Green _MLO. And don't forget to click the notification bell on both so you can be up to date on all the latest posts and videos as soon as they come out. And don't forget to send this to a family member or friend that you know can use this information. We want to make sure we share the knowledge. So until next time on Let's Talk Finance.